coming. Welcome to the future of Colorado football.
Yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks back in the building with another banger. And you know, before we get started, we know what we need you to do. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you leave your comments down in the comment section and leave your post notification bell on so you'll know when your boy is going live with these videos. And today, man, we got some more hate from JD Pakil from ON3. And, you know, Prime went up the other day and was like, hey, this is how I do my recruiting. I recruit like this. I don't go to people's houses. I don't go to kids' homes. But JD Pakil, man, he don't think that's the way to do it. People don't like change. So we going to listen to what JD Pakil got to say, and we going to jump back into it. Check this out.
Deion Sanders, in a press conference yesterday, I believe it was, made it clear, hey, listen, there's an article out there that I don't do in-home visits, and then he proceeded to tell you why he doesn't do in-home visits. I kind of thought it would be a thing where he addressed that reporter and said, no, I do in-home visits, but that was not the case. So we got some thoughts on this. Make sure you are subscribed. If you are a college football junkie, welcome home. Ball and only ball all year round. We want y'all a part of this. We want y'all a part of this community, which is what this is. Lock it in. We have a good time. We appreciate you so much for being subscribed to the On3 YouTube channel. So as I was saying, Deion Sanders addressed essentially that he does not do in-home visits when it comes to recruits. So to reset the table here, when you are being recruited as a high school player, it is common practice for during different parts of the calendar year, your coach or sometimes your recruiting coach, it could be a head coach, will come and visit you where you live, come meet the family, have a meal, like just overall a pretty feel-good thing. It's probably going to be a couple hours of your time if you're a coach. It's pretty common, is what I want to make sure we say here. It is pretty much something every single coach in college football does. I played at the FCS level. Coaches came and sat down with my family. We had Chick-fil-A. We had a good time. But the issue I have with this is multifaceted. But I want to start with what Deion Sanders said is parents don't want me to come to their house. They want to come and see my house. Pretty much saying we want people to come to our campus, see Boulder, see how awesome it is, as if those are interchangeable. Now, never mind the fact that Colorado was number 66 in the On3 industry team recruiting rankings when it came to what they did in 2024, signed 8 recruits. I disagree with this idea wholeheartedly, okay? And we'll get to that in a second. But I want to go to the reasons as to why Deion Sanders said he doesn't do in-home visits. And the first is he says, I'm going to upset other coaches if I don't come by their school, was essentially the logic he used. The example was if I go to IMG, I see a kid there, there's going to be schools down the road that are upset that I didn't go to see them. It's not the point, right? Like that's the point isn't that you go to a school and then hurt another high school coach's feelings. The point is that you go and acquire top talent and you make these kids feel like a priority that you want them to come and play for you at Colorado. The goal isn't to visit every school, but just so we're on the same page here, if you were to go 30 minutes down the road and see another school, if you were to go see 4 or 5 schools in the same day, that's what most coaches in America do. It's not about, protecting a coach's feelings, but when it comes to talent acquisition, yeah, you should do everything in your power to go and see as many kids as possible to get as many high schools as you can. It's not a matter of, I'm worried I'm going to hurt their feelings, so it's going to hurt this kid's relationship with me. The kid's making the decision, not the coach. And I understand the thought that you want to keep relational capital with these different coaches, but to act like it's somehow a thing where, I can't see all the schools, so I don't want to go to any of the schools. Come on now. Come on, let's be.
Okay. We're going to stop it right there. Because, dude, the man told you he's prime. This is what he does. He can't go to every freaking school, and he explained to you why. Because if he goes to one school and don't go to the other schools, the other coaches will get upset and probably take it out on the kids, shoot the kids some bull crap that they don't know about. It's a lot of stuff that can be turned into a lot of nothing that can be turned into a lot of something if Prime don't come to your school. And besides, when Prime come to your school, it turns into something else. It turns into a big affair because he just can't walk into the principal's office or to the coach's office because it turns into a show. And he don't want the spectacle when he's going to visit a kid. That's why he want them and their parents to come to Boulder and see how he's living. But let's get back into this and listen to the rest of this crap.
Let's be straight up here. Let's be transparent. I don't think that's a valid reason. It's my opinion. I'm not Deion Sanders. I'm not a FBS football coach, but that's how I feel about it, and that's what I've seen other coaches do as well. The other part of this, he says, I can't do that. I can't go to other places because I'm Coach Prime. Like essentially saying because of my status as a coach, because of my visibility, my public figure that I am, I can't go and meet all these other coaches and go to all these places because, I'm me. And I think I understand the thought behind that. I think I understand the reasoning that he's coming from there, but I just wholeheartedly disagree. In fact, I would say, no. You should go to those coaches. You should go to those schools because you are the icon that you are. Because kids do turn on the TV and see you as a lead segment on SportsCenter like 6 days out of the week. That's a reason to go and visit these schools. The thing with Deion Sanders not going to these schools, I think he's minimizing one of his greatest assets, which is his visibility.
Wrong.
If you get Deion Sanders in,
so wrong. He can't go because it turns into a spectacle. He is Coach Prime. His celebrity status is bigger than his coaching status. And now that his coaching status is starting to match his celebrity, it's ridiculous to try to go to all these schools because it turns into a parade with fanfare and kids coming out of the class and kids not paying attention in class and everybody want to take a selfie and sign this and do that and post me on Instagram and let's do that, and they see Bucky coming down the hallway and then there's a crowd around Bucky and then all these the Prime Video people and all this stuff. It's a lot for Coach Prime to come to a school, is what people don't understand. It's not just like Kirby Smart can go to a school and walk in the door and they'll just see a man walking down the hallway because it's Kirby Smart, because he doesn't carry the celebrity and the fame that Prime brings with him. But people don't understand that. But let's get back into what JD talking about.
School and buzz gets around the campus that, hey, Coach Prime went and saw Jimmy 5-star today. That's massive. I mean, if you're Jimmy 5-star, you are the man on campus because Deion Sanders came and pulled you out of English class to talk to you about coming and playing for Colorado, or he went to your house. Like that's a whole other topic that I think needs to be addressed. The other part of this is he says they don't want me coming by. They want to come see me. It's not either or. Right? Like, it's not like if I come and see you in your house, you can't come and visit me officially. Like those things somehow are interchangeable or like it's one or the other. It's not either or. It is both and. It is, I'm going to come see you at your house. I'm going to come see you when you go to your games. I am going to have you come see us officially. Like all those things work together. Why? Because recruiting at the end of the day is what? A relational game. Now I can already hear the comment section saying it's about NIL.
Wrong. He's so wrong. Why do y'all not understand? Because you played sports. You should understand this, JD. You should understand that having a coach come to your house is a lot for a parent or two parents. Because for one, everybody doesn't live in the greatest situation. So everybody doesn't want coaches at their house. For one. Then the parents got to clean up. They got to set stuff up, get drinks, get food, get snacks, get all this stuff. And it's a lot for a parent to bring coaches in and out of their houses. What Prime is telling you, I don't want to come to your house. I don't want to cause all that fanfare and blase. Because if people know Prime is coming to their house, most parents are not going to keep that to themselves. They're going to tell somebody who's going to tell somebody else. And then it's going to be a freaking disaster when the only thing Prime is trying to come do is sit in your living room, talk to your mom, talk to your dad, and recruit the player. That's why he says, hey, come to me. I'll pay for it. I'll fly whoever you want to fly out. And people don't understand, he's still saving the school money. Because to get on the private jet is a minimum of $20,000. When I can fly 15 to 20 kids out for that amount, why waste one trip when I can have a bunch of y'all come to me? And I can show your mom and dad how you're going to live, where you're going to live, where you're going to eat, what you're going to play at, where you're going to practice at, what kind of weights you're going to do. Show them the city, show them Boulder, show them Denver, because those are the two main cities that you're going to interact in. Show them everything that's included with what you get when you come here. See, the rules have changed, and Prime is changing the game, and people don't understand it. Prime, his celebrity, and now his coaching status affords him to do things that other coaches can't do. And when change is afoot, people lose their mind. See, because they want to go by the old guard where you have one coach come in, one coach go out, one coach go in, one coach go out of your house. But Prime's not doing that. And they don't respect it. And they don't think it can be done because it hasn't been done. But if you haven't noticed, Prime don't do what everybody else do. But let's get back into this because this video is going to get kind of long. But we're going to do it anyway. Let's go.
These days, hey, it's all about these kids getting a bag. I'm not going to lie to you and say I don't think that's a massive part of recruiting today. But at the end of the day, if I got one school paying me X and the other school matching it, who am I going to go to? The coach that I trust more, the coach that I have a better relationship with. That still is a massive part of recruiting, contrary to popular belief. And for Deion Sanders to not foster those relationships by going and meeting the family in house, by sitting down and having a meal, and saying they don't want him to come by, of course they want you to come by. You're Deion Sanders. You're Deion Sanders. You don't think if you were asked if you could go by, Johnny Five Star's house and have a meal with his family, they would say, Deion, we don't want you to come by. We don't want you to come by. We're embarrassed of how we're living right now. That's not reality. It's just not. And I'm speaking a little bit intensely here.
And there it is right there. It's not reality for him. It's not reality for him, for that guy right there. It's not reality for him. But for a lot of these kids, it's reality. They don't want you to see how they live. Everybody, just because you live good or some people live good, everybody doesn't live good. Prime told you himself that he didn't want his recruiters coming by his house because he knew after 7 o'clock, the rats and roaches was on parade. His words. And if you don't understand what he means, at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, when the sun goes down, the creatures come out. Rats and roaches gonna be running around, not just in the house, outside, everywhere. And it's a different environment. It's unsafe. You don't know how everybody lives, man. So you can't, man, these people don't understand shit. Let's get back
here, but I truly believe that is just not the case. He also says we only target portal guys and use that as a reason for, well, how many portal guys do you know that have in-home visits? Caleb Downs, when he jumped in the portal, Ohio State flew to Georgia to sit down with him and his family. You don't think that had an impact with him going to Ohio State? You don't think that helped the
Yeah. Now look where Caleb Downs is at right now. They did all that. Caleb Downs back in Alabama.
relational capital that made the Downs family feel more comfortable about sending their kid to go play in a part of the country where they're not at currently? Of course it did. So to say that just because it's transfer portal guys, we don't go in home, I'm not saying that it's not as common as I think it isn't quite as common to go and have in-home visits with portal guys. But again, it's just totally excusing this massive part of recruiting, which is, again, relationships. And I'm not saying he can't develop those on campus, but I think you can do a more intentional job developing those in person. Again, the tragedy here is Deion Sanders is minimizing his greatest asset, which is his personality, which is his visibility. Being able to have these kids see him in their school, in their home, like that's a massive, massive advantage. And the fact that he's not doing that, it opens him and his staff up to negative recruiting. If I'm a head coach, and I'm someone who quite frankly doesn't believe in negative recruiting, but if I walk into your living room and I say, okay, it's between us and who? And you say, okay, I'm down to you in Colorado. You say, okay, well, when did Coach Prime come and see you? Say, he didn't. Why not? Probably some awkward silence. Maybe it's something like, well, he doesn't really do that. Well, I'm here. I'm sitting down with mom and dad. I'm sitting down with you and your brothers and sisters. I'm here having a meal with you. I'm breaking bread with you.
Yeah. Why didn't Coach Prime come see you? He did. He FaceTimed me. But see, that's the thing. These guys don't understand that Prime uses the most effective tools that he has, his name and the internet. And then he flies the kids to him because he tells you, if y'all, that's the problem. People don't listen. People don't listen to understand. They hear what he's saying, but for one, they don't believe him. For two, they don't understand what he's saying. He told y'all, only thing I need to do is get that kid to Boulder. If I get this kid to Boulder, it's a wrap. And I'm going to fly his mama out, his daddy out, grandma, brothers and sisters, however many people you want to bring. Bring the entourage. Bring your immediate family because those are the people that count. The people that are closest to you, the people that help you make decisions so they can see how you are going to live, eat, and flourish when you get to Colorado. We already know what you got in your house. Sitting in your house and talking to you, I'd rather show you what we have, training facilities, gyms, everything that we can provide for you in this environment, and then we'll tell you what we're going to teach you. We'll explain to you. You get to meet all the coaches. And besides, Prime is not the only recruiter. Those assistant coaches go out and go to homes. Prime's the closer. If they made up their mind that they want that kid, Prime closes that kid. The position coaches go out and talk, go out and meet the parents. Of course, everybody wants to meet Prime. And what they tell him is, hey, come out to Boulder. We'll bring you out, and you can meet Coach Prime. We'll call him on the phone, let you FaceTime, and y'all get to meet everybody. Then we'll set up a date, fly you out, and let you see everything. But let's get back to this nonsense this idiot is spewing on this microphone. See, I told y'all about these haters, man.
Who do you want to trust? Who do you want to be your head coach when it comes time for you to make a decision on the next 4 years of your life to develop as a human being? The guy who's sitting down with you or the guy who doesn't do in-home visits? If the people who are successful in your field routinely do something and have a method of doing something, you should probably follow suit. And if Deion Sanders was winning national championships, or if they had just knocked it out of the park year one at Colorado and had a top 10 recruiting class, you would not hear a word out of me. In fact, I'd say the opposite. Deion Sanders is doing something different that is much better than everybody else in the country. But the fact that you had the number 66 class in the country, signed less than 10 recruits, when there is a clear need for more personnel on Colorado's roster, and I understand they went to work in the portal, so I'm not excusing that. Like, if Nick Saban's going in home, if Kirby Smart's going in home, everybody and their mama who is successful on the recruiting trail is going in home, what should you do? Should go in home. If Tom Brady's throwing during the offseason 50 routes a day, you should probably go throw 50 routes a day if you want to be an NFL quarterback. If Tiger Woods is taking...
Okay, that's enough of that. We understand where we at, but they don't understand what they have. Prime understand who he is and what he has to offer. He doesn't do traditional. Have you not seen that? Prime has completely changed the game of recruiting, football, NIL, promotion, and when they win this year and end up in the playoffs, then all this crap you talking is out the window. Because right now, you haven't seen it work. And that's the problem. when you haven't seen it work, then you get upset and you think it's wrong. He's doing it backwards. Everything started somewhere. Football changes, basketball changes, everything. Prime changed the way they do stuff in the NFL when he got there. He changed the way cornerbacks got paid. He changed the way people played. He changed the dances. He brought things to the NFL. And trust me, I watched it. The NFL didn't like it when Prime was there because he was a showman when he was on the field, but he brought eyes. And that's what they wanted. Same thing now. He's changing the way people recruit. He's not recruiting 25 freshmen. He's recruiting 10 freshmen and getting me 10 freshmen out the portal, which are going to be sophomores next year, which you have already done the hard work and trained them up. Now I got to put my thing on them this year. Give me 10 more juniors, and now I got to put my thing on it because now they played in the big atmosphere, played in the big games. They're fully trained and ready to go. But anyway, man, we're going to get out of here because JD don't know what he's talking about. And I got about 3 more videos I'm going to do like this on different people because Speak did something like this. But everybody has a different opinion, and everybody sees it different to way Prime is doing stuff. But y'all make sure y'all hit like, hit the subscribe. And if y'all like y'all videos this way, let me know. Then we'll do them this way instead of the other way that we do them. Or we can just switch them up from time to time. Don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we out. We'll see you when we see you. Peace.
Thank you. God bless you all, man. Be safe.